I won't stop till I hear him say,
Warning: the information that we convey in these videos and the content on this page simply provides general consumer information. It is not legal advice or regulatory guidance. It is not intended to sway your personal bias in any way. We are simply just relaying information already available to the general public. We highly suggest you do your own research and draft your own opinion on the topics disclosed in this video breakdown. Without further ado, sit back, relax, enjoy this video breakdown, and if you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, consider doing so now. Okay, what is going on, CYPRX advanced YouTubers? Welcome back to the CYPRX YouTube page. In today's video breakdown, I have some very interesting fundamentals that have came out recently that I'd like to share with you all, showing again how deeply rooted and interconnected Ripple, the company, is with all of the fundamentals that come out on a consistent basis, really truly understanding that Ripple is helping stitch together the new plumbing of our financial ecosystem behind the scenes. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot make this stuff up. In some way, shape, or form, Ripple, the company, is always connected with what's going on in the media today across the board. So in today's video breakdown, just stick around. I have some fundamentals to read to you guys, piecing parts of the puzzle together, showing you all how Ripple is fully integrated with this new financial system. This article just came out November 15, 2022. It's a 1-minute read. I'll read some highlights from it for you all. Banking giants and the New York Fed starts a 12-week digital dollar program. So as always, we're going to be paying attention to key vocabulary and then stitching pieces of the puzzle together. Global banking giants are starting a 12-week digital dollar pilot with the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. The participants announced on Tuesday. Citigroup, HSB Holdings, MasterCard, and Wells Fargo are among the financial companies participating in the experiment alongside the New York's Fed's Innovation Center. They said in a statement, the project, which is called the Regulated Liability Network, this is important and a key vocabulary piece that we're going to bridge together via Ripple, will be conducted in the test environment and use simulated data, the New York Fed said. The pilot will test how banks using digital dollar tokens in a common database can help speed up payments. Earlier this month, Michael Neal, head of the New York Fed Markets Group, said it sees promise in using central bank digital dollar to speed up settlement time in currency markets. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this digital transformation is 110% coming. It's just a matter of when, not even if anymore at this point, all a matter of when. So right there, again, a highlighted regulated liability network. Why is this playing an important role? We saw in the 6th of December, 2021, the Regulated Liability Network, RLN, white paper on scalability and performance. How is this connected with Ripple? Just stick around and I'm going to show you guys. So in this paper, the Regulated Internet of Value, and we see on Ripple's website, the Internet of Value, commonly mentioned, Tony McClellan, I hope that I didn't butcher that one, proposes a single network to record tokens and balances where tokens represent a promise or the liability of a regulated entity. This network, referred to as the Regulated Liability Network, would be used to issue liabilities of commercial banks, e-money providers, as well as central banks, which would, in essence, be central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. In November 2021, a group of financial institutions demonstrated a working prototype based on SETL's open source blockchain solution. This highlighted part right here is going to play a key role later on in this video. As a part of the Global CBDC Challenge hosted by the Monetary Authority of Singapore, MAS, the technical solution proposed by Settle was designed to scale to meet the transaction volume and throughput requirements of a practical RLN, again, the Regulated Liabilities Network. The purpose of this white paper is to evaluate the scalability of that architecture. So, who were the group of the financial institutions demonstrated on the working prototype based on Settle's open source blockchain solution? I'll get into that in just 1 second. But if you all do recall, over here, we see Settle hires Ripple Global Head of Banking to lead payments businesses, right? This is on the 25th of February, 2021, where again, it talks about the RLNs. And we come over here, what was just recently mentioned, the RLNs, Regulated Liability Network. So to read this article, it says, Marjan Delantine joins SETL as head of payments. Now, why I remember again is the SETL important, because we come over here, the Regulated Internet of Value, and they're talking about this network referred to as the Regulated Liabilities Network. Okay, we're just going to start piecing parts of the puzzle together. So Marjan Delantine joins Settle as head of payments, brings strong domain focus to help payments industry address common challenges. Settle, the London-based settlement and payments infrastructure provider, today announced the appointment of Marjan Delantine to Settle's executive management team. As head of payments, Marjan has overall responsibility for growing Settle's payments business alongside its market infrastructure and asset management offerings.
Marjan joined Settle, having most recently served as global head of banking at Ripple. She brings with her a wealth of experience, having previously held senior business development roles at Swift, where she was responsible for the commercialization of large-scale projects both in securities and payments, namely Target 2 Securities and Swift Global Payments Innovation. Again, ladies and gentlemen, Ripple is always interconnected behind the scenes, things that you and I are never going to have access to via information. They are playing a massive role stitching our financial ecosystem together behind the scenes. Marjan Delantine, head of payments and Settle, said, "I'm delighted to join the Settle management team at this exciting time in its corporate development. Key to helping the payments industry tackle the common pain points is a need for a strong and committed community engagement. Our aim is to work with key industry partners to improve on existing legacy technology and to drive digital transformation across the market." Delantines added, Settle Payment Solution is designed to improve the management of cross-border settlement. Again, there's that key phrase, that key word, cross-border settlement, which is Ripple's key focus, and solve the liquidity management challenge. We use distributed ledger technology to aggregate payment sources and gain a fuller and clearer picture of liquidity, enabling payment providers to dynamically manage their liquidity in real time across a highly fragmented landscape. So reverting back to this article right here, where we're talking about RLNs, again, if you aren't familiar with that acronym, Regulated Liabilities Network, where we just saw them announce banking giants and New York Fed start 12-week digital dollar pilot, where the project, which is called the Regulated Liabilities Network, will be conducted in a test environment and use simulated data. We come over here, okay, and we see a group of financial institutions demonstrating a working prototype based on Settle's open source blockchain solution as a part of the Global CBDC Challenge hosted by the Monetary Authority of Singapore. The technical solution proposed by Settle was designed to scale to meet the transaction volume and throughput requirements of a practical regulated liabilities network. Who was a part of this? Who were the companies involved in this? Okay, so we come over here and it says MAS, Monetary Authority of Singapore, announces 15 finalists for the Global CBDC Challenge. Over 300 submissions from 50 countries received. And of the participants, the list of finalists, we see ANZ Banking Group Limited, Citibank, we see some others, okay, but we're going to focus on the ones highlighted in green because they are interconnected with Ripple in some way, shape, or form. So ANZ Bank Group Limited, we come over here. And what does this article read? Australia's big four banks, ANZ and Westpac, test out Ripple payments. Again, Ripple in some way, shape, or form is always interconnected with what is going on behind the scenes. We come back over here to the list of participants and finalists, Citibank, and we're just going to start to go down the list. Just in, Citibank extends partnership with Ripple powered by Volante's Volpay. C Labs Inc. Heading over to this article, it says Ripple, ENT Network, and C Labs call on regulators to create legal frameworks that foster financial inclusion and innovation. Consensus. Ripple partner Finestra and Consensus trial new microfinance initiative, Trust Machine. And the list goes on. HSBC Bank, we already know. Heading over to the Ripple website, HSBC executive and Swift board member joins Ripple to support continued global growth. IBM requires Ripple-friendly expertise to improve payment solutions for banks. And last but not least on this list, IDEMIA, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, IDEMIA, and Standard Chartered Bank. We come over here to the last two documents we already know. Standard Chartered Bank completes strategic investment in Ripple. And last but not least, the connection between IDEMIA. We see right here highlighted, add new cryptos at any time the mobile app can be used to add new cryptos. The user can also add new accounts for each new crypto to enable the maximum flexibility. And the supporting cryptocurrencies that they include are Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, and Ripple. Now, with all that in mind, this is me just showing you all again how this news, where the banking institutional giants are talking about regulated liabilities network, Ripple has already been fine-stitched and integrated into the financial ecosystem with RLNs, okay? So this is just to show you guys that. Two other interesting articles that came out today. This one, Fed Bar, concerned about non-bank risks, including crypto, that can blow back on the system. This is obviously, of course, because of the FTX collapse. This article reads, Michael Barr, which we already know was an advisor on the board of Ripple, the Federal Reserve's top financial regulatory official, on Tuesday said he is concerned about risks from the non-bank sector, including cryptocurrencies, for which the U.S. Central Bank and other regulators have poor visibility. We're concerned about the risks that we don't know about in the non-bank sector. So what is the non-bank sector? We come over here. The non-bank sector specifically are examples of non-bank financial institutions include insurance firms, venture capitalists, and currency exchanges. We see this one highlighted right here because this is mainly why this article was released, because of the collapse of the FTX exchange. Barr said in response to a question during an appearance before the Senate Banking Committee that includes obviously crypto activity, but more broadly risk in parts of the financial system where we don't have good visibility, we don't have good transparency, and we don't have good data. That can create risks that blow back to the financial system that we do regulate. So I thought that that article was interesting. Again, connections to Ripple always are fine stitched behind the scenes. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, these two interesting articles of the Daily Huddle. A trader who called 2008 Bitcoin crash unveils ultimate BTC bottom, predicts most traders will be caught off guard. Crypto trader who correctly called Bitcoin's collapse in 2018 is unveiling what he thinks the King's crypto absolute bottom is going to be. In a new strategy session, veteran trader Tone Vase tells his 123,000 YouTube subscribers that he believes Bitcoin has very likely established a bear market bottom when it printed a fresh 2022 low of $15,546. He said, and I quote, "I still think we have a bottoming process that we're going to go through right now, and this is very likely to be the ultimate low, 15,546. The reason it is very likely to be the ultimate low, it is nobody thinks it's the ultimate low. Like 99% of people are convinced that we're going lower, and that's why I think we are not going to go lower, because everyone is so sure we're going to $11,000 or something." I completely agree with this statement in some way, shape, or form. 99% of the time, retail investors and the market sentiment is incorrect, and the market decides to do the opposite. So that's something definitely to pay attention to, and an article that I thought that I just share with you guys just to be mindful of. With that being said, last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you are investing into this cryptocurrency space with money that you are willing to lose. Do not invest your hard-earned money into this crypto space, get wrecked, and then blame it on the system because your money was lost to market volatility. Understand that institutional adoption is still going to take place. This cryptocurrency market space is not going anywhere. Do not let anybody fudge you out of this space. Do your own personal research and understand that utility-driven assets are most likely going to be the ones that survive this cryptocurrency bear market long-term. So I thought that I'd leave you all with this article right here. Institutional investors are buying the dips as FTX collapse creates massive crypto discounts, CoinShares says. A leading digital asset manager is finding that institutional investors are taking advantage of discounted crypto prices in light of the FTX-fueled market crash. In its latest digital asset funds flows weekly report, CoinShares says digital asset investment products had their highest inflows in 14 weeks. Digital asset investment products saw the largest inflows for 14 weeks, totaling $42 million. The inflows began later this week on the back of extreme price weakness prompted by the FTX Alameda collapse. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is not financial advice. That's just something to be mindful of. Invest at your own risk. I know what it is that I'm personally doing in this market space. Blessings to you all. As always, be cognizant, be aware. If you enjoyed this video breakdown, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I will see you all in the next YouTube video breakdown.
Won't stop till I hear him say